Okay, so good day everyone. Our topic for today is about how to deter data theft by departing employees. We consider your IT infrastructure to be castle that houses your mission critical data. So to protect those crown jewels, you might simply build a moat around the castle's perimeter just a few years ago. So the times, however, have changed. Businesses continue to spend billions of dollars each year on firewalls and intrusion detection system in an attempt to secure their data from hackers. But the real threat is frequently already present, their own staff. Consider the possibility of the data theft by personnel prepared to quit the organizations. The problem of the data theft by departing employees in today's digital world extends far beyond stealing the names of a few customers or a product design sketch. It might result in the loss of terabytes of crucial corporate data, as well as legally protected information such as customer cardholder information. Ex-employees also have additional options for exploiting the information they stole, including using it against their former employers, leaking it to the competitors, selling it to the highest bidder, or simply publishing it on the internet. It may sound like the stuff of nightmares, but employees taking important company information with them when they leave their position is a typically genuine horror story. According to Biscom's research, 1 out of every 4 respondents took data with them when they left a company. It's simple to find instances in the news. Simply look at the latest Uber or Gucci scandals. Employees are the largest weakness in IT security for S2% of firms, according to Kaspersky IT Security Risk Survey 2017, with the Reckless Act putting business strategy at danger. If your company isn't already in the 52%, it's time to start addressing departing employees as a serious threat. Reasons why departing employees can be a security nightmare. HR is from Venus and IT is from Mars. Communication between HR and IT is so difficult and infrequent in many firms that it's as if they are in different planets. These chasms provides an ideal situation for shady personnel who are preparing to leave. Malicious insiders have time to exploit their privileges to copy sensitive material they want to take with them or wipe vital data they don't want to leave behind if the IT team is not told immediately about terminations. Of course, a lack of communications isn't the only way that departing employees can keep their access privileges after they've left. Though the IT department is overworked and understaffed, they may fail to deactivate accounts promptly even when they are aware that an employee has left. The end outcome is the same in either case, a gaping security flaw. Number two is there's no idiot guides to help employees know better. Employees who are not properly educated on what they are and are not allowed to do might easily become victims of cyber attacks. In fact, according to Kaspersky 2017 IT Security Risk Report, negligent or uneducated personnel are second only to malware in creating significant security breaches, accounting for 36% of all cybersecurity events. Given that many HR departments don't make it a point to educate employees about what is and isn't acceptable behavior, it's understandable that some departing employees are unaware they are doing something wrong when they take papers or a list of contacts to a new workplace. Another is what to expect when you're attentive. According to the Visco survey, 90% of respondents claim their primary motivation for stealing data when or they left was that their employers lack a policy or technology to prohibit them from doing so. Many people will contemplate taking secret knowledge that may be useful in their new career with them, even if they are not motivated primarily by malice toward their employer. According to the BISCOM study, 85% of employees who stole data took only things they had generated, adopting the idea of what was made by the belongs to me, while only 25% took data they have not created. Each nearby hired IT teams to trace what data has been copied or destroyed until it's too late if there isn't a specific policy in place detailing the activities that must be followed when an employee is about to leave. BYOD's growing popularity exacerbates the situation, particularly if device management is inadequate. When an employer or employee's contract is ended, for example, the IT department rarely requests that the individual show their personal devices to guarantee that all key assets have been wiped and cannot be reviewed subsequently. Number 4, a series of unfortunate accounts. Too often, a departing employees retain access to themed accounts for critical systems or programs, such as CloudShare or Dropbox. The former employee can use those credentials to access the misuse your data for personal reasons or at the request of new employer. Changing shared account passwords on a regular basis, especially when an employee leaves, can dramatically lower the risk of unwanted access to sensitive data, but few firms make it a priority to adhere to this relatively simple best practice. Number 5, the 50 Shades of Conspiracy. The most terrifying scenario is when employees from one organization, such as competitors, collaborate with employees who are ready to depart to steal trade secrets in order to enhance their company's business. The situation can lead to lengthy and costly legal battles as well as the closure of businesses. The motives behind data theft by departing employees. Although all sensitive data, including proprietary trade secrets, customer information, personal records, and more, is now housed online, employees required access to specific portions of such data in order to do their duties. Unfortunately, some of them believe that because they deal with certain data every day, it is their property and that they have the right to just take it with them when they leave the company. Others are aware that they are stealing but continue to do so. Data theft can be motivated by a variety of factors, including the desire to start a competitive firm, sell the information on the black market, or exact revenge on a previous employer. However, all occurrences of corporate data theft can be classified into the following categories. Number 1, data theft driven by a malicious intent. Employees with a malicious motive frequently behave in unique ways. They might, for example, view files they've never seen before, copy of a significant number of files, or send essential communications to their personal inboxes. In order to get more permissions, administrators with privileged rights may take crucial modifications without consent or approval. Any of these behaviors could indicate privilege misuse, which could result in data theft. Data theft without a malicious intent. Insiders can also take acts that endanger data without intending to do so. User may, for example, copy files to their own devices in order to use them for a project without realizing they are engaging in prohibited and potentially dangerous behavior. Even if the users never intended to misuse the data they copied, unscrupulous actors can more easily get it. As a result, the IT team must ensure that such actions do not go unnoticed and endanger data security. Data theft as a result of data misuse. According or accidentally attaching the wrong sensitive data to an email or sending the correct sensitive data to the wrong recipients are both classical examples of data misuse. Whether the misuse is caused by stress, or lack of understanding of basic protocols, it can easily cause just as much damage as other sort of data theft. Top 3 ways of departing employees steal your data. So, why do people endanger their jobs by stealing from them? The predominant motivation, according to 2017 Verizon Data Breach Investigations Report, is financial gain, which accounted to 60% of breaches in 2016. And this isn't surprising. On the black market, personally identifiable information is enormously valuable in stolen intellectual property like trade secrets, sales predictions, marketing plans, and so on, can cost competitors billions of dollars. Cyber espionage for career advancement, revenge, whistleblowing, and data theft for enjoyment are less common motives for data theft, but they can all have a major financial components. So, how exactly does data theft play out based on their different motivations? Here are the three case studies that illustrate the process and the consequence for the victim's organization. Data theft for financial gain and career development. Rogue employee jeopardized the future of Over self-driving car strategy. Over is one of the world's most successful and well-known businesses. To help it achieve its aim of developing self-driving cars, Over bought Auto, a firm that was developing a technology that Over needed, and hired its star staff, which included Otto's founder, Anthony Lewandowski. Over appeared to be on its way to becoming the undisputed leader in the hot new field of driverless vehicle. A year later, Over's lesser known competitor, Waymo, a part of Alphabet which is also the parent company of Google, sued Over for trade secret theft. As he was leaving Waymo, Lewandowski stole 14,000 proprietary technical documents, blueprints, design files, and other information, according to Waymo, and utilized that intellectual property to start his own company, which was eventually bought by Over. Uber is now in a really difficult situation. It might face criminal charges not only for utilizing stolen technology in the development of self-driving cars but also for willfully concealing the theft of trade secrets. Although the matter is still being investigated and the trial has been postponed until December 2017, both corporations have already been subjected to a series of harsh public hearings, and this isn't good news to for Over, especially because the firm is currently under investigation by the federal government for allegedly breaking the United States Antitrust Laws Act on Computer Fraud and Abuse. It's too early to predict how the case will end, but stakes are already high. Companies are fighting for the right to develop a technology that may be as significant for the industry as the invention of the automobile itself. Case number 2, deliberate data theft or damage. A plastic surgery drama in Beverly Hills. It would be terrifying to discover images and videos of your plastic surgery on the internet, especially if you're a celebrity whose face is easily recognized by millions of people. But that's exactly what occurred to patient of Dr. Zain Kadri, a well-known Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. Kadre recruited an employee in 2016 who began as a chauffeur and translator before moving on a data entry and answering phone calls. After being suspected of embezzling from the company, she either quit or was sacked in 2017. However, it appears that she took advantage of her insider status in other ways. According to a statement from Cadre's office, she reportedly used her work smartphone to capture patients' medical records and credit card information as well as take inappropriate photographs and for films of patients before and during surgery. The crime is still being investigated, but Kadri believes the major motive is vengeance. At least some of the films and photographs were shared on Snapchat, and Instagram, a movie that a move that may enrage Dr. Kadri's celebrity clients and harm his practice. So far, there is no proof that the individual was hired by a competitor or was motivated by money. Case number 3, human mistake or negligence. FDIC faces a series of data breaches due to employee mistake. In February 2016, a U.S. government employee was fired. Her work at the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was coming to an end. She transferred her personal files from her work computer to a USB drive and brought it home on her last day. The FDIC's data protection software detected 44,000 customer records, including PII, had been taken along with her personal data 3 days later. The FDIC contacted the ex-employee right away and requested that she return the device and submit a affidavit confirming that she did not use or disclose the information. If the FDIC hasn't already or hadn't already encountered at least 5 comparable security breaches involving departing workers unintentionally moving company data to personal storage devices, including extremely sensitive data like loan and banking information. And this situation would be nearly as concerning. Unlike the February 2016 event, not all of the previous breaches were handled and reported by the FDIC right away, resulting in a series of hearings and fines from regulatory agencies. Although the FDIC appears to understand the need of swiftly reporting security issues, the management team should focus on two crucial questions. First, how long will it be before the company updates its security policies and ensures that staff follow fundamental cybersecurity guidelines? And second, were all of these infractions unintentional? All of the incidents above, all of the incident mentioned one thing in common. Ex-employees were able to get sensitive data in less time that organizations were able to discover and investigate the event. While stealing an employer's data is quick, finding a malicious insider on your network might take months or even years. How to spot theft attempts by departing employees with net risk auditor. To secure your company's intellectual property, financial records, personal identifiable information, and other valuable information from company data theft, Net Risk Auditor offers a set of predefined reports and overview dashboard that help you prevent business critical data from walking out of the door with departing employees. Keep an eye on user activity outside business hours. Keep track of users who are unexpectedly working with data during non-business hours and collect evidence per security investigator. Keep track of access to archive data. Regularly review a list of all users who access data on your archive storage, along with when each access occurred and what files they read. Catch users accessing files with sensitive information they normally don't need and investigate suspicious data usage patterns to ensure data security. Bridge visibility gaps and spot potential harmful activities such as the unauthorized use of memory sticks, running of applications that users aren't supposed to run, and other events that are impossible to log. Thank you for watching, and my reference is netrix.com. Thank you and keep safe everyone.